Okay, hello. Yeah, today we are solving quadratic quadratic equations by graphical method. So we are going to use graph to find the solution set to the equation. We are going to use it said quadratic equation is of the form ax square plus bx plus c equals to a value. So now we are equating it to y, a certain y which can attain any value. So this is a quadratic equation. Then we are plotting against the x-axis. So this y represents the y-axis, which is of this equation. The y-axis is of this equation, and then we are plotting it against the x-axis. So if you plot this set of values with a set of values of x on the x-axis, we are going to get a curve. And that curve will give us the values at each point y of the equation. And then their intersection, that is where the y and the x coordinate will meet. So you remember for solving the equation for a quadratic equation, we mostly get two equations. Two solutions. So these solutions or roots. So the answers to a quadratic equation are also known as roots, are also known as the roots of the equation. So let me illustrate. If you have this as my y-axis, this as my x-axis, and then I plot set of values for y for the equation intersecting with some values of y, x, some values of x. So if I have this, and then after pointing, I draw a line through, or points, joints through to join these points. To join these points. Now, the solution to this curve, which is y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, the solution to this curve or this quadratic equation is, let's say, x1, then x2, where the curve cuts the x meets or intersect or cuts the x-axis, where it cuts the x-axis, that are the solutions. That place, those two places are the solutions to the quadratic equation. So, and at that point, you say, you see the point here on this line, y is equal to 0. So the x axis is the same thing as the line y is equal to 0. So because at that point y is equal to 0, at that point all points on y on x axis, if you plot any point of y, it will be 0 against the x axis. There's any number on the line x axis. So we call that line to y is equal, the line y is equal to 0. Okay, so that is it, where the curve meets. So we have a minimum curve and a maximum curve. You come to that. So, but this one is a minimum curve. And then for maximum curve too, you have your, this is a minimum curve, where the curve is looking upward. The curve is open upward. When a curve is open downwards, the curve is open downward. This is the curve y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. There, you have a minimum here. This will be the minimum point, because at this point it's positive. But when you come to this place, y is negative. At this place, y is positive. So this is the minimum curve. When the curve is looking down, is looking downwards, we call it, this is a minimum point. Minimum point. And this curve is a minimum, sorry, this is a maximum point, right? Maximum point. This is a maximum curve. Maximum curve. So these are the two curves we can have. You have a minimum curve and a maximum curve. So this is how you have it. Okay, let's talk about examples. Examples of graphical quadratic equations. That's how I'll put it, okay? Quadratic equations. 1. From our book, page 29, there's an example there which gives us which has a curve y is equal to x squared plus x minus 6 with an interval -4 to 4. So the interval is from -4 to 4. So they are saying we should find the solution set. Find the solution set. And this time solution set you're using graphical method, right? Well, if the question doesn't state, you can use any aspect, but now we are using the graphical method. So using the graphical method. So our solution to the question. First, you need to prepare a table that will contain the set of values of x, and then table will generate the set of value of what? Y for you. So there are several ways of doing this. So I'll first know the interval of x. I'll first get my x variables, and my x variable is starting from -4, and then -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I have 3 columns here, plus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So 1. Now that I have my x, I should have my x square. This is positive, so I should have my x as plus x. Then this is -6. Right, this is plus, I getting it is plus x. Now, and then my next is my y. So I have my 9 table. So if after getting this 9 table, which contains the interval, well, it's not necessary for you to do 1 intervals. Somebody can do -4, -2, 0, 2, 4 with two intervals. Are you getting it? With 2 intervals. That one, you can even do it 0.5. So it will be 4, -4, -3.5, 3, -3, -3.5. Anyhow you want to do it. But then make sure the intervals are the same. You can't take -4, -3, 1, and -1. Then you know it must be a uniform interval. Nobody is giving you. They are saying it should be between 4, -4, and 4. Yeah. So it's either you use 1 interval or 2 intervals or 0.5. Anyhow you get it for us. That is to your understanding. So I have this x squared. So this is the same thing as you don't need to do this, but I want to explain so that you understand. It's the same thing as -4 squared. So -4 squared will give you 16. This place is -3 squared, which will give me 9. So I will not do that again. I'll get 4. I'll get 1, 0, 1, 4, 9, 16. Then plus x, so it's plus -4, which is the same thing as -4. So x is -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 4, sorry, 2, 3, and 4. Now when you get to the constant, you see the constant is the same. The constant is the same. So you repeat it in all the rows. 6, 6, 6, -6, yeah. Now, from there, I have 16 plus 4, 20. No, sorry, -4, which will give me 12 minus 6. So my answer is, so 6 in all, I'll have 16 minus 4 minus this, which will give me 6. and then this one to 9 minus 9, because minus 3 plus minus 6 is 9, so this will give me 0. So the x is not part, the top one is not part of the solution. You see, this is different. We said the equation is x squared plus x minus 6 is equal to y. Are you getting it? That's the equation. So this x is not part of our solution. We are only going to add this middle one, this one, to get our y. Remember, so this one, we are only using the one in the middle, the one that we calculated for. The one that we calculated for, x squared and minus x squared. Yeah, the ones that we calculated for, that is what we are interested in. So you add or you sum all the ones in the number, the one you calculated for, and the constant. You sum all of them, and then you get your y. So if I add up 4 minus this minus that, this is minus 8 plus 4, which will give me minus 4. And this is minus 7. 1 will cancel this. I'll have minus 6, minus 6. And obviously that will give me the curve. And then I'll have minus 4, because 2 plus minus, and this place will give me 6, 0. And this one will give me minus 3, 12. No. Yeah, 12 minus 6, which will give us 6. And then the same thing there. Am I sure? But this 6, 20 plus minus 6 will give us 16, 14, right? Yeah. This 10 plus this 20 minus 6 will give us 14. Yeah. Yeah. So now that we have our y, we are going to plot the x variables. Plotting the x variables against the y variables. So this is our x variables. This is our y variables. So this is our x and this is our y. We are now going to plot these y variables against these x variables. So you need to get your graph. I'm getting my graph. So that is it from okay. Yeah, so this is my graph. We have the standard graph. Then I'm going to plot my x variables. I'll look for the highest point in x, which is 4, -4, and the highest point in my y, the lowest point. So my y is 14, and then my x has a highest mark of 4, and this has 14. So how do I divide it? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But the lowest at the positive side is 6. So I have 6 here. So if I start here from, so if I start with my y-axis, then I have to draw my axis. Sorry, a rough sketch, but you need to use a ruler. So I'll start from 14 here, then I'll come to 12 with my marks, and I'll come to 10, and then 8, 6, 4, 2, 0, -2, -4, -6, my negative y-axis, right? Which will give me -8. But yeah, so I've gotten the minimum value, and I have the minimum value of y. So where the 0 passes, that is where my x-axis will pass. I get it, my x-axis. So that is my x-axis passing. So you label your part. This is my negative x-axis, and then my x-axis, right? So somebody can say y is equal to 0, right? And this place is x is equal to 0. So you start plotting your points. I'll start from the first one, -4. So I'll number my number 2, -3, -4, -5, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. I've already gotten one, so the 5 is not all that important to me. Okay, so if we have this, then my -4, so this is my -4, and then +6. If when my x is equal to -4, my y is equal to 6, so I'll look for the intersection of -4 and 6. So they meet at this point, then I'll cross at this. I'll come to -3, and then -3 sorry, remember I'm using a scale of 2 centimeter to 1 unit, right? The scale is also important, 2 centimeter to 1 unit. And okay, so my point, the -3 and 0. So -3 and 0 will be on the x-axis, -3 and 0. Then -2 and -4. So -2 and -4, they meet at this point. Yeah. And we come to 1 and hot. We have 1 and -6. So 1 and then -6. Remember this is a curve. And then we have 0 and -6. 0 and -6. Then go to 1 and -4. And then 0, 3 and 6, and then we have 4 and then 40. Okay. So now that we have these points, series of points, we have to join the points. So without a ruler, we can a freehand sketch, right? So I'll do a freehand sketch. I have this freehand sketch. So I've seen why I was using the cross. The cross, so let me come and match freehand sketch. And this place is a curve. There is no way a curve, the apex of a curve can be a straight line. So we can't join like this. It's a curve, so we cannot join. So we need to carefully curve, right? So that the way coming here, it's a curve. There's no way it can be straight, but at least it should not be crooked. It should not be crooked. So wow. So look at the curve. All right. So that's how we join all the points. So after joining all your points, you name your curve. You name your curve as y is equal to x squared plus x minus 6. So you've named your curve. That's your curve. That's all. So now we are going to the solution. So we have our nice curve as this. Then from the beginning I said from here that to get the solution, the answers to the quadratic equation are also known as the roots of the equation. And then I was telling you that this is where we get the roots, where the x, I said root 1, root 2, right? That's where we get the roots from. So where the curve cuts or meets the x-axis, that is the solution to the curve. So from here, we can see that the curve meets the point at -3, and it also meets the line at 2. So that will be the solution set. Therefore, then you come to this place. From your graph solution, from the graph, the solution to the equation y is equal to x squared plus x plus minus 6 is x is equal to -3 or 2. That is it. So that is the solution to this problem. That's how we solve it. Okay.